I wanted to see if you'd elaborate on a statement you made about creative work. You always said it should be treated like a 9-to-5, and I definitely agree in principle. I think that makes sense when you're talking about like the realization of a creative idea, you know, like building it, recording it, editing it, or whatever, basically after you've come up with the idea. But what I'm interested in is kind of methods to get the initial spark of inspiration to return on maybe a consistent, reliable basis. Do you rely on riffing with other people? Do you work more in isolation on the original idea? Are there any sorts of methods that you might use to tap into the energy on demand, or is it just not possible?
I have full creative control too over my no money. If you're even thinking about inspiration, you're dead. Couple jokes before we go. The problem that I see with people who are artists or making music or whatever is that you get this huge dopamine hit from thinking of the project, the incentives and the mindset. There's this massive misalignment. So a lot of the incentives are like, and this is not the caller, but this is just what I see on Instagram and stuff, is it's so tied to their sense of self. I mean, if you're making a video or a song or a piece of art, you're making a representation of essentially how cool you are. You're not looking at it like a workman or an inventor or a businessman or somebody that's trying to make an impact or affect change or whatever. You're just doing basically an advertisement for yourself.
Every day is a fight. We're fighting for time, we're fighting, but we're just good at it.
Old salt. The salt is fireworks. I gotta check out the fireworks.
Every day is a battle, man. You're fighting for time, you're fighting for, limited eyeballs, resources. If you're not effective while you're unhappy, you're a useless person. And if you're a creative type and you're creating only when you feel like it, when you feel good, you're not going to make You have to be creating while you're suffering. Or when you're the highs and the lows, you got to just keep doing what you do when you're high or low. It doesn't matter.
Let it ride.
Yeah. This is the book that you read if you want to actually know how to design. And what you do is you go through the book and you take it as seriously as if you were in a class where you were getting graded and going to fail. And you do the exercises that are in the book. And then when you're done, you're good at design. Just so you guys know, if you ever wanted to get good at design. And good at design doesn't mean high saturation, glitch effects, crazy 3D stuff. It means composing text so that it doesn't look like a retard made it. It means respecting margins, knowing when to use grid systems, knowing when to align things, when not to align things, etc. And this is what everybody who's got a hot Instagram page doesn't know how to do. This is why it's like harder and harder to hire people. But this type of book, it's $280, lowest price on eBay, because you actually cannot get a book that teaches you how to do graphic design anymore. What young people do when they do design and video nowadays is they do I hate the fucking fake VHS shit too. God damn, I hate that so much.
That started when you were in college, probably,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So what people do is they I don't want to say rip off, because everybody has to rip something off. You have to start somewhere. You have to be influenced by something. And I don't mean it in a derogatory sense, but they are ripping off. They're aping. They're copying something. It's an important thing. You have to do that. Everybody does that. That's not my point. But they're copying the aesthetic and the style and the upper level, the frosting, the special twist that someone puts on it. Can you open up a new tab and type in Memphis Milano?
Yeah.
So Memphis Milano is like, it looks arbitrary. It looks like it was just done for fun. It looks crazy.
And it's a Tori Satsis.
Or whatever. But this was done by an actual furniture maker. This was done by somebody who knows how to make like traditionally beautiful furniture. So when you copy the style and the aesthetic, and you don't have any understanding of the fundamentals. The fundamentals are things like margins, composition, negative space, line weight, just all the design 101 stuff. You make stuff that is like this vaporwave shit, where it's the surface level is this like candy that's yummy, but there's no substance to it underneath. There's nothing. It doesn't have like a firm core to it.
First of all, divorce your ego from the product that you're making. You have to do that. And you also have to, this dopamine hit of, wow, wouldn't it be cool if I made a movie? Or wouldn't it be cool? Oh, that's what, when I hear, listen, I'm rambling, but this is when I hear inspiration, this is what I am actually hearing. If you're talking about inspiration, what you're talking about is that quick bang of novelty when you think of the movie you're gonna make, or the zine you're gonna make, or the song you're gonna make, or whatever. It's like this, it's a dopamine hit. The problem with operating that way is that to do anything good takes a tremendous amount of time. If you want to actually get good at something, it's going to take you about 10 years to get good at something. And the dopamine hit of being like, oh, this is, what if I had this dope ass thing that I was me, that's not enough to carry you through 10 years of this sort of like punishing boredom. It's not sexy work. So I haven't been inspired. The last time I was inspired was, you remember it, Ryan? I was
there.
About 12 years ago. I can't remember the last time I had inspiration. I have a goal that I'm trying, I have an outcome that I'm trying to achieve, and getting there is fucking boring. Any project that's like architecture, art, or an automotive project, engineering, whatever, these are not things that take 6 months. So all these game designers that are like, you should be on to your next project, you should finish 12 projects a year, or you should finish a project every 3 months. Like, that's a recipe to creating disposable crap. That's a recipe for making junk, which is fine because junk sells and you have to pay the bills. But the world doesn't need more junk. So make something you're passionate about and burn your life to the ground trying to make it happen. You might as well. What else are you gonna do? Watch TV? I couldn't imagine anything more boring except a regular job. The moments of joy are like jokes, something that Chris says or whatever. Like the fun part is just the same. It's the same fun part that you'd get working at a call center. It's the people that are suffering in the suffer tank with you. Making Extreme Peace has been like, and I'm not the one doing the work, it's the production crew doing the work. Even watching them do the work is like punishing. This spark of inspiration shit, I just don't think that's, do we know anybody that's inspired?
I remember you said the closest to inspired was like, well, you said the fear thing. And there's the fear of like falling into the void of I will never accomplish anything and I will just be lost to history, and great people did achieve what they wanted to and I will not. But then there's, on the other side, there's the light that you're looking up, that light that's coming through, and that's opportunity. And I think your job is just to make sure that light stays there, invisible, in sight.
Yeah, it's just fighting, and it's fighting over an extended, it's like an endurance fight. There's exceptions to this. We were talking about Ye's creativity, and I think if you, like, one thing about Ye is he's got the best people in the world there to like make the stuff happen as he's thinking it, right? But most people don't have anything like that. So for most people, if you want to be quote unquote creative, you have to develop a workman-like approach to what you're doing, and like a sober kind of business-like look at it. In the medium and short term of what has to happen, you can still have far-fetched, fun goals, but for the short and medium term, you just have to show up and just figure out what needs to be done that day to make something happen.
Because it's like your hype comes from your reel and your distinct style and your Instagram page. Everybody today they're only making stuff that fits their own style. The ability to make what's required. You've seen my art. You know what my style is. Mm-hmm. It's like loud. It wouldn't fit in any of these things, right? It's like if I tried to make flashy, loud, glitchy graphics for Seven, for example, you know what I mean?
Yeah, G.I. Jane.
The ability to make what is required. People are not doing that. This is probably people have probably heard this, and it's like a hackneyed thing to say at this point, but it's whatever the problem is, solving the problem, and it's essentially harmonizing with the world to make the piece that you're working on fit inside of the context of whatever else is is happening.
100%. It's like when people build modern houses in the Hamptons, and this house is universal, and then you start to shop for houses in the Hamptons. You go, that looks ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, this is stupid. Or it's like having a steak fry or a steak dinner when there's seafood outside. It's fucking retarded. A chef would go, no, we're going to use local fare, and we're going to cook, and we're going to use the best of our guild or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is and the ability to be able to switch gears and be like, okay, no, this. You're not gonna play metal music at a child's birthday party.
The thing that requires that the reason why this is a problem is because that requires shutting out your ego.
Yeah.
If what you're best at is metal music, and you have like an Instagram page, you have a following, and you're known for metal music, and if you for whatever reason had to like play a child's birthday party, like that's not an unimportant thing. Like creating a joyful memory for children that you would never get views or like some type of fame boost from that.
Yeah,
but it's in terms of like the world and the structure of what things are important, like creating memories for children that don't involve heavy metal music, that's fucking pretty important.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most people can't turn off that hamster wheel of how do I get more famous from this for 5 seconds to be able to settle down and do something that like fits and fits in the context of the world.